And then now we are live in umbraCoffee, episode April 2025. That's the numbering that we should use. We are joined today by head of events straight from Umbraco HQ, Steffie. Hello, Steffie. How are you doing today?
Hello, straight from HQ.
Yes.
Very
How are
good.
you?
I'm very good.
You good?
Yeah, I'm in the excitement now. Now it's not that long until Codegarden, so you'll just see me like this until Codegarden.
And then sleeping for 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah, it's that you get the Codegarden blues, and it's not only me; it's also you, I think.
Yep.
Yeah,
everybody does.
it's weird. And then I just have to deal with invoices.
Not that blues.
Depressed with my team and stuff is horrible. Yeah. Way to remind you of how much fun it was and just how expensive the event.
Yeah. But it's approaching quite fast. I was again. I'm surprised every month how fast the months are passing by. But this month was even faster because all the Easter breaks, all the other stuff, and now we are here. But at least the weather is getting better, and yeah, I'm looking on this future ahead of us right now because it's very close in time. All the logistics needs to be sorted sooner than later, and yeah, we'll be there, and we'll be of course talking about it today because yeah, we have a couple of the agenda points to mention, and Steffie, then we'll probably try to get as much as we can from you about the 20th anniversary.
Stuff out of me.
We had a lot of rumors. We've been exposed to some of them. We'll definitely try to validate some of them, or maybe raise some more. And people.
Rune is gonna kill me if I spill too much.
Or you will need to change the destination of some of them if they will be exposed, or that's the excitement that we want to bring. And thanks for all the people who joined us already live. Grab some more and try to ask some questions. Leave them all together here for us. We see all of you guys watching. So if you have any specific questions, topics to mention, discuss, make sure that you will leave them here, and we'll definitely make sure to raise them. But let's maybe get rid of the standard things, standard updates straight ahead, because we started the month with yet another security advisory. So why not to start from security advisory? It was a week or 2 weeks straight after the previous one, Callum. I can't remember now.
Yes, I believe this is the first one that actually affects 14 plus. So prior to this, they've all been focused on 13 and prior, and some of them that have been there for many years, but these are related largely to the new back office and the delivery API, which is interesting, of course, new era.
But also it was released on April 8th, and then on 11th it was also increased in severity. So that was quite important then, because it was moved from moderate to high. Again, I was when I was seeing another security advisor, I said, oh yeah, here we go again. All the teams reassemble. We are updating again. But it turns out that it's for 14 and 15, and we do not have any production sites yet running on 14 and 15. So it was like, whew. Okay. What about you, Callum? Did you update? Were you affected?
Nope,
Are you running?
We also were not affected. Yeah, I think there's only a few people who maybe are running 15 and 14 in production, but I'm very intrigued why it was increased from a moderate to high severity, and I don't think that was actually detailed, but or perhaps it has been and I've just missed it.
Yeah, it was, but generally, of course, we won't know too much because we shouldn't whenever it's affecting security. But I do believe that it's all aligned also with how all the metrics outside of systems works, and it makes sense. But of course,
there's an actual framework that they use to classify.
Yeah, exactly.
Possibly it was just misclassified at the start.
Update. That was the first update. The second theme that I captured, I don't know if it was the same from your perspective, guys, but it was the sustainability topic this month. Maybe it's because of the impact report that was released, because together with the impact report, there were a couple of blogs shared on Umbraco's website, starting from, this was the first one, the hidden carbon footprint of digital, what is measured, how it's measured, and a couple of the voices from from the people from around Umbraco shared some topics, and then of course the report was mentioned. Then there was a blog about from Lasse on how to run the leaner, faster, and greener CMS in general. There is also a webinar that I didn't list on the agenda that is happening soon. Steffi, maybe do you know?
It's happening soon. Can't remember.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's happening soon. Sign up.
It's happening soon. Sign up. Yeah. It already has more than 60 signups, so it's bound to be good because it's the same keynote speaker that we had live at the UK Partner Summit, and he's coming again for this.
Yes.
So it's going to be good.
Alongside some of the sustainability community team as well, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
I don't know where I've seen it. It's everywhere except on the blog, I think.
It was probably somewhere on socials because I've seen it as well, and we'll make sure that we'll link it up for sure. But then, of course, there was an impact report, and I must admit that I haven't had a chance to be detailed in reviewing it yet. But I saw some comments on socials that it was quite nicely improved from the previous numbers. It was again the metrics that we collected and discussed over the last year, and it's highlighting all of the awareness and involvement from Umbracos as an HQ and as a community inside of the metrics and everywhere else. Callum or Steffi, did you have a specific finding or observation from your point of view, or area which interests you specifically from the report this year?
Sorry,
I have it on my to-do list. This always gets released. I was part of course, giving the numbers around Codegarden, but it's on my list to read it because it's Codegarden time for me. So I'm immersed. I'm in a bubble right now.
Yeah, no worries. That's expected.
There's so many different angles to these reports. So of course, it's not just the sustainability thing and talking about where it's going with regards to the environmental impact or the global impact that the company has. There is something, maybe we're allowed to say it, maybe we're not, I don't know. Okay, Emma and Mats can shoot me if I'm not supposed to say this, get another axe in the post. But I know that Umbraco is working towards becoming a B Corp at some point. I don't know if that's public knowledge. If it's not, I'm sorry, but it is now. So that's cool, and of course, is largely about highlighting the work Umbraco does globally to be more sustainable and be more ethical as well, I guess, in the suppliers you work with, people you partner with, the sourcing, etc. So that's a good progress. And I know a lot of Umbraco agencies are also B Corps as well, so it's quite nice. Kinds of companies that like to use Umbraco, a lot of public sector, a lot of charities and non-profit organizations. So that's a really nice alignment. I don't know if it's in the report or not, but sorry if I've just spoiled that for someone.
Yeah.
Oh, Emma's just
Emma is sending the axe for you. So I think my focus was around the community, and this was the section that I just reviewed because numbers from the community were something what interested me, and again it always increased. Also the number of MVPs, meetups, and all the other innovative and initiatives. That's what I was looking for around the community were increased, and I think that's something what I mentioned either here when we talked last month with MVPs or somewhere internally, that Umbraco from external as a community looks way better from year to year now. I think even though besides the Umbraco meetups amount and community contributions, Hacktoberfest activities, and all the other stuff, still from the perspective of open source contributions and open source systems and CMSs specifically, I think it looks quite still quite impressive and still quite interesting for people who wants to contribute. And that was something what I personally highlighted from the overview of those numbers. So definitely a lot more study and a lot of more reading here, but it is released, it is open, no email to be left to download it, so everyone can just go to the link that we'll share.
That picture there implies Niels Lungso's doing customer support. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, it is not the case.
You're really replying to like people's issues with cloud.
Yeah.
Should have to Niels. He also approached us last time when we had the umbraCoffee. So he is definitely watching. He is definitely following up, maybe supporting others as well in this way. So yeah, that was around the sustainability, and there is a lot of other stuff. And thanks Rick for bringing the date for the webinar. It's 22nd May, so very close in time. Then there was a script release this month as well on 8th, and there were 2 articles released about HTMX and Umbraco, and also building and packaging your property editor for Bellissima. So that's definitely something what will happy and be a good sign from Niels's perspective for sure.
So in that time also had Scrift's 10th birthday, I think. It was a birthday.
Yes.
I think it was 10.
Yes.
I don't remember.
It was 10th. Yeah. It was, and it was also mentioned, if I do remember correctly, in the last umbraCoffee. So belated happy birthday, Script team, once again, and keep it up for another 10 years at least or more. So yeah, and
yeah.
As usually, if you want to write for Script, and go here and help.
I haven't read the articles from this month, but I'm going to. In fact, the topics are quite interesting. HTMX is like the way that a lot of front-end developers are saying the world should be going. I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, but it's pretty interesting. And Ben's had a lot of experience working with a vast number of CMSs, like I think Joomla and a couple others, so probably bringing some good perspectives. And Lan, of course, works at HQ, doesn't she? Yep. So I'm not quite sure what she does at HQ, but it's always nice to see this sort of content coming from people at HQ, because a lot of the community is still a little bit lost when it comes to the new back office, I think. But yeah, it looks like it's more at the DevOps.
Come to Codegarden. Come to Codegarden.
and learn. Yeah, exactly.
And learn. Yeah.
Cool. And yeah, that's the read to have. And then coming to the section about the events and learning, there were some opportunities this month as well to share some knowledge and learn. And Callum, you've been attending one of them that we highlighted for a while, which was called UDUF 2025. Yeah. Tell us more then, how did it went and what you have learned?
UDUF was good. First time in, people keep saying 5 years, it's 6 years actually.
Yeah,
since it was 2019 February and we're April 2025, so over 6 years since.
Maybe they just skipped the COVID year in their minds.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, really awesome to have the event back. I think they had about 45 people in person, which is a pretty good turnout considering how events are globally and how the community's been a bit in Australia. Yeah. It's
actually a fun fact is that because Matt and Emma were there as well, and then of course we had Nathan there as well, and surprise, we had Niels from the growth team there as well, because he's living there now for half a year, and we were planning to just have a partner lunch, and then 2 weeks later it turned into a partner summit, and then 2 weeks later again it turned into the Umbraco summit, because we wanted to include as many people as possible, and it turned out to be as many people joining that one as the festival and a full program, and more in fact. So it's we were very happy to see the engagement from partners all over Australia. Some from New Zealand also came, made the trip. So even I'm already chatting with Kirsty, who's one of the organizers at Coven, and we're seeing how we can collaborate again for next year. That's fun.
Yeah, definitely. It was just great to see an event happening over here. It had really good energy, very nice community feel, because it was small and still very well produced. Caleb, who's part of the Codegarden team, worked with Kirsty on it, did all the AV, and my goodness, like the visuals you see in the posters look really, really
That's
cool.
amazing.
Beautiful.
So yeah,
it swags you actually want to wear.
Yeah, totally swag you want to wear. I've seen people. I had drinks with Ravi the other night, and Ravi was wearing his T-shirt still. They made a puzzle of like, is it 1,500, 2,500 pieces? I can't remember. A lot of pieces. An impossible puzzle because all of the squares are just like the color of black or red or beige. And so yeah, they had one happening all day there for people to work on, and yeah, very good fun, very good vibes.
Yeah, but they did finish it.
Yeah, but also
they
did also an amazing work on socials. As a social media guy, I must appreciate that, because even though we were not there, we felt like it was like quite active. Also, there's introductions, invitations from various community members and people, speakers.
They did.
That was awesome.
If you scroll up, there's a clip of the Sydney Opera House.
Which one?
Fourth one.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah. You click into this. I think it's a video, and they could have got a clip of me and Ravi where we look like we're enjoying ourselves, because there's Ravi, and then here is me coming up right about now. I look just utterly miserable.
I would say you are focused.
I think Ravi and I were having a serious chat, but it was very good, very, very good.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. Great. It was looking amazing from the outside, and same, turnout, the numbers, the people, and the need for these events. I think this was exactly what you were saying, that it's needed to be confirmed, and it seems like it was worth it. So that's amazing to see.
Talking with a lot of people at the event, as you say, Steffie, mixture of Australia, New Zealand, and it's really, really interesting to notice how people are not so aware of some of the things that are going on in Umbraco. I asked the room at one point for a show of hands of who was using Umbraco 14 or 15. We had one hand go up in a room of about 50 people, which I don't think that's representative of the wider community. But equally, then talking with people, and they were coming up with ideas for packages and saying, how can I build this? I say, well, it already exists. You just need to go look on the marketplace. And some people didn't know the marketplace existed. And I think it's really interesting seeing how, when you've got a community like that clearly exists, 50 people showed up to an event, more with the partner event. And there's an agency ecosystem and all this sort of stuff. But it shows that when you don't have physical in-person events, get-togethers, reasons to feed people this information, people aren't aware. So it's harder to learn. So shows both A, the value of attending, and B, hosting those things in the first place.
Yeah, and that's why we're actually following up. Again, don't know if this is public knowledge, but that's what umbraCoffee is for.
Well.
Ask me, Emma. No, but I believe that they're working on sending Caleb from the US down there in like August to do like a follow-up tour and gather some partners, community. I think that's maybe in collaboration with you, Callum.
I owe Emma a document, because there's been talks about this sort of thing for about 18 months, and it's great to have Umbraco.
But now I can confirm that you should put work in the document, because he's ready. He's ready to come.
I've had a busy week, and Emma's sent me a Slack message asking for the doc already, and don't worry, Emma.
That's for what we use.
But just to show our commitment, like we're coming. Yeah, because
Mats did say very clearly, the worst thing you can do is get me in a room and throw ideas at me, because he'll just say yes to them all. And it did feel like that was the case. Mats was just like clearly sensing a vibe, and that there was something here. It was worth a bit of investment. And I personally came away quite encouraged, feeling like something was going to happen.
Yeah, because when he says yes, he follows through. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But also what I wanted to mention is, like, we might again feel biased a little bit because we kind of follow those events, we follow the updates and so on. But it seems like how important it is to, again, it's never enough communication about things. It might be obvious for us that, okay, we have attended a session about it, or we've seen this on the blog post, we talked about it maybe on umbraCoffee. Everyone should know about something. and it turns out that your friend who is sitting nearby didn't hear about this particular topic or information or package or whatever. So it's never enough. We might feel like it can be overwhelming at some point if we talk about basics all over, but it's never enough. That's what I see across the events, and the same feelings that you mentioned, Callum, asking people who used specific packages. We work in project teams, and sometimes our colleague doesn't know about something what is a must-have for us somewhere, right? So that's
a lot of people didn't know that the meetups happen. So we have quarterly meetups here that we're trying to change, and like in Sydney, I'm trying to do a few more social things, just a lunch, with some drinks, like once a month, just something to feel like something's going on in the community. And a lot of people said, "Oh, how do I find out about the meetups?" They didn't know those were things. And as people in and around community, we sort of take that for granted. We know they exist. We know that they happen. We know that occasionally you'll go and check in on it rather than if you've not heard anything in a while. So yeah, very important.
Good you're there, Callum. Good you're there.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm in Melbourne next week or the week after for another Umbraco meetup. So there's people. It's happening slowly but surely.
That's awesome. Other events are also happening, and Carl already mentioned that here on the chats, because tomorrow there is a DDD Southwest event. And speaking about contributions and collaborations, we talked about it before going live. Let me just share my screen. Umbraco is also helping and sponsoring the event itself, but we took a look on the agenda, and there's so many familiar faces to us and the community. I will just go to the sessions.
If you look really carefully, that's rotating carousel of images on the homepage. There's a picture of Imran in the very back corner on his phone somewhere, and he's looking really. Right. There's Rachel and Joe in the pictures there, and Richard and Terence, and it's the Bristol Umbraco community has always been quite big, and this event is excellent. Has always been excellent, but. This year, I don't know how many, I didn't quite count, but there was a lot of Umbraco names speaking. Steve, Aaron Green. I mean, Kevin Smith hosted a Umbraco meetup at some point. I can't remember when or where or why, but he did. You've got Rachel, you've got Lottie, you've got Kevlin, who obviously did the opening at Umbraco Spark this year. Clifford's been in and around the Umbraco community. Dylan is speaking at Codegarden and has spoken at UK Fest in the past. And John Kilmister even has got a history with Umbraco. He used to work on Umbraco sites at Pure Gym. Joe on my team speaking. So I'm going to hazard a guess and say half of the people there are at Umbraco at the very least, which is just awesome. So good.
So if anyone besides Carl, who is watching us right now, is going there, make sure that you will report the participation there and share what you have found there, because it looks like an amazing event and packed with our people.
Are sponsoring as well, which is so great to see Umbraco supporting non-Umbraco community events. I think it's happened in the US before, hasn't it? But never really in Europe.
I think it's happening in Oslo as well. Yeah, which is in September.
Nope, that's in May. Copenhagen.
It's in May?
Copenhagen.
The Copenhagen one is in September. Yeah, that's true. Also because we're Tobias, our Swedish partner manager, is attaching some Norwegian road shows as well. So some side events for partners as well.
Sad we are no longer in Norway.
It's in like less than 4 weeks. I'll be there. Emma will be there. Lottie will be there. Someone else. Nice. Good. Really good to see.
And then you have Tobias there. Letta will be there.
Wow.
Alexander. Yeah. So quite some HQers.
All the people. Nice. Very good. Exciting.
Nice. There's one more event that I just brought to attention and to the agenda, which is Umbraco Accessibility Day. That is happening on 15th of May. And I saw a lot of communication from Mike, also on the lookout for speakers and some interesting people for the panel discussion. So I do believe that if still anyone is up to joining us on the other side of the event, not as a participant, but as a speaker or contributor. There is still a room for that, and the schedule is going to be released soon, I believe. But yeah, that's to make our awareness about the event as well, and to put it on the agenda of the episode. Keep an eye on that, and if you are interested in accessibility topics, not only Umbraco, but in wider perspective, be sure to check out this event, because it's going to be interesting as usual. And then, last but not least, Steffie, then a small event that is happening short in time, that you probably have more knowledge about. So tell us more. How it's going?
I'm going all in this year. It's I have the privilege to. This is the third time I get to organize it, and I'm trying to pull all the stops. I don't know if you remember, but in the survey at the end of last year's Codegarden, I asked people, like, if you would bring one thing back, what would it be? And I've like you said as well, Callum made a LinkedIn post as well, just to get some opinions here and there, just to make it really an unforgettable one this year.
What were the results of the poll then? Do you remember that?
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's also stuff that was mentioned there that I will not bring back, which I will not name.
Getting a hot tub back, are we?
Yeah, we're not doing a hot tub. We're not doing it. Too dangerous. Yeah. But there was some stuff, and of course I can never bring it back the way it was. No. But I can be quirky and funny about it, and the ones that there is some stuff that the ones that know, they will know and go like,
some references.
But of course you shouldn't bring back, like a car flip shouldn't bring back. The stories are way better than the actual car flip, because the ones that were at the car flip, they said that took hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, some things needs to stay in the past and should stay stories. But we'll definitely put some fun hints here and there.
Should we ask some questions and maybe start spreading some CG rumors, because that's been a tradition in the past years. Steffie, I heard a rumor that you're going to have a bunch of Niels lookalikes walking around.
The first time I hear that, I like it.
At least 20 Niels lookalikes.
Lookalike. Oh my God, that's a brilliant idea.
One from each year.
Okay. One from each year. Did he have like different hairstyles or something?
Yeah, you've got to find a man that really hates his wife and wants to grow his hair out like super long and looks awful.
We would need to decide which one to invite for umbraCoffee then.
Tell me more rumors, because there's still time.
Well, you've already said we're not. Are we going to have a bucking bronco like we had in previous years? That went down quite well with the leaderboard.
What's that again?
The mechanical bull.
No. So I never bring back something that Okay. But there will be a competition again with some. There will be a leaderboard of something. It'll be different than the bull. But I will always do some kind of leaderboard thing. Still need an idea for a prize for it. So email me if you have a prize for a fun competition that has a leaderboard.
I've always really liked the super impractical prizes. Those have gone down well. Like there's the story of the person winning a bouncy castle and living in an apartment in Paris. It's the most useless thing you could have. And it's just
the fact that it actually was shipped.
Yeah, it's more funny. So it needs to be something hugely.
We will continue the tradition of impractical prizes.
Great
to hear.
Some of them will be heavy as well.
I heard a rumor that the Partner Paradise caravan is being sent to scrap. And maybe that should be a prize.
Not yet sent to scrap. So we're still using the caravan, but it will not be used as Partner Paradise. Partner Paradise will officially be upgraded.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it still named Paradise then?
No.
No.
We've killed the Paradise. We've literally killed the Paradise today.
Ooh.
Because we still need to. We've come up with the name today.
Interesting.
So yeah.
How often the committee meets? Because I do believe there is a lot of discussions, a lot of brainstorming as well. Because again, those ideas needs to be born somehow, right? How often do you meet?
Well, the events team, they meet with different stakeholders in the company. So today we had a meeting with Suits, NFLS, and we're having a meeting with P&E, Bjarke and Philip, to see what kind of area do you need to have your conversations, and today we decided on the look and the feel and what should go in it, and part of that is a competition with a leaderboard.
And then you have your meeting with Paul on Monday where he tells you, no, this is too expensive.
I had a meeting with Paul today, as well about next year's Codegarden.
You're still paying for this one. I'm sure he's happy about that.
Yeah. And then we have, of course, the committee for Thursday night. That's a whole different kind of committee, who I also have a meeting with today, but that's with beer.
Amazing. What else can you tell us about then? I heard something about costumes.
Yes, sorry. Yes, thank you. Costumes.
Yes.
So pre-party, come in pirate themed. I just heard a rumor that Jonas from Suits might come as a parrot, and I hope by saying this it will become real. Yeah, so it doesn't need to be pirates. Like, be creative. Can come as a golden coin as well, or a bottle of rum. But we will provide you with some piratey, how do you call it, swag or props. So when you enter, you will enter as a pirate. Yeah. To the
Exciting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So your team might have an influence, Callum, at some point with this pirate.
Yeah, Jason loves pirates, so that's perfect.
Yeah. That's great.
It's never bad. Pirate theme just always works. Yeah.
And the full schedule is up,
Another rumor, but the events team has ordered some costumes, and then Mats, our CEO, said, "Can you just order one for me as well?" So we are gonna do a Who Wore It Best.
Oh, epic!
Yeah,
that's dangerous.
In the year of new episode of Borat movie.
If the CEO said to me, "Order me a costume," I would go. I think my first ever boss, I had him for Secret Santa, and he was a bald man, and so I got him a wig, as a Secret Santa gift, thinking that it will never be revealed. Like, some people like to keep Secret Santa secret. And then it was like, so who got me?
Not so Secret Santa then.
Yeah.
But I might know this boss. Anything else, Steffie? Then?
Yes. Then bring your old swag. So in terms of sustainability, bring your old swag to the event, because we've ordered some fun patches where we will have in our swag shop. You won't only be able to buy new swag, but you also can pimp your old swag, or actually anything that you want to umbracify. So it can be a tote bag, it can be anything that you can. It's like a patch that you can iron on textile. So anything that So not a laptop, but we'll have our stickers again as well. But anything textile that you want to, and we have, I think, we have a lot of different patches, so you can pimp your swag.
I think this idea worked really well on the UK festival, That's where I saw it last time, at least, where old swag got their new life, I would say, right?
It worked brilliantly because I didn't have to take any home or move any to Australia. So I'm now ready for some fresh new swag that can.
Yeah. And then, of course, I need to say, think about the early bird. Like, don't waste your money.
Yes.
Buy your ticket before the 1st of May. You have all the way until the end of the day of the 1st of May, our time. So make sure that you lock it in. You have all the information. You have the whole program is there. So there's nothing holding you back anymore. Like, there's all the workshops are online as well, which I also want to highlight. Sign up for those. They're part of your ticket. We're also offering on-site training at a very good price. So if you're there anyway, why not add that to your tickets?
Some workshops as well, if that doesn't tickle your fancy. There's some community run workshops by I'm trying to think, Phil and
if you
Phil,
go to Codegarden week,
Tuesday,
you have the websites on Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesday you have all the workshops.
Yeah, so there's the Umbraco Engage workshop. There is, in fact, it doesn't list the workshops, does it?
Yeah, if you go to Codegarden week, the first tab, and then when it's Codegarden, and then you should have the workshops there. If you go a bit lower,
trainings and workshops.
But and there you have. Okay, we have that actually. I'm just going to make that available after this because you can sign up for everything already. So I'll make sure that it's findable.
There's a headless workshop, a Docker workshop, headless with Astro, building a blog with Astro and the delivery API with Adam Prendergast and who else? I'm sorry, Adam's in the chat, so Adam, you can tell us. It's Richard Jackson. Richard Jackson. The Umbraco Engage workshop, and also Carl's doing a Docker workshop. And I know that Richard and Adam are trial running their workshop at different meetups. So if you can't make it, you can trial it in the UK and I don't know, Manchester, Cardiff.
You found it in the program.
Bristol in the coming month. And then as Rick said, they are trialing. They trialed the Umbraco Engage workshop yesterday. So that's cool. Lots going on.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and as it was said earlier, the whole week is packed. Basically, if people want to just get as much as they can from Umbraco in general, they can attend all the sorts of events, also including the social ones, the sports ones, and many more. So that's exciting.
And remember that you can create your own schedule. All of the sessions are recorded, and we're if you've got your tickets, we're uploading them during the day already. So if you want to skip one and have a chat instead, have a rest. You can watch some of them Wednesday evening, so you can talk about them on the Thursday. So you can really design it however you want.
Amazing. We'll need to do that, Marcin. We have umbraCoffee on the Thursday. There's Candy Contributions on the Wednesday, umbraCoffee on the Thursday, and we asked for Thursday so that we could have more to talk about. Half the sessions, we're going to have to go back and watch half of them.
Yes.
And then one thing that's maybe not on the schedule yet, but will be added is Jelte from the FLS team. He will also run some demos in the new and improved Partner Paradise, which will also be added to the schedule. So that's something that's not there yet, but will be added.
There's I saw something about Matt's running a yoga session.
Yeah, true.
What's all that about?
Yeah. In the name. It's in the name.
Yeah.
That's yoga with Matt. So if you need a brain break from a session and need to re-energize, then you can join Matt with yoga.
Wow, exciting.
There's nothing more to it. Nothing more.
We mentioned the early bird ticket sales ending. Of course, that's in like less than a week. So convince your boss. With my practical logistics hat on as well, I was going to say something which is really boring, so I apologize. But DSB, like the cheapest train tickets for Codegarden week, became available this week. So you can book,
because it's always 2 months ahead. Yeah.
You can book them now.
And so a little tip, so you have orange free, you need to be on orange, you need to be on that exact train, but it's like half the price or maybe even more. So
exactly. So you can go book those now and then save a bit of money too.
I have one more thing, because the previous years we've had the app, and we still have the app, so you can easily find what's the next session and where. But instead of the chat being in the app, we're all guiding you to Discord instead. And already now there's a ton of information there. People are connecting. People are figuring out who's traveling when are we meeting up at Warpix, I've already seen in Copenhagen. So make sure that you go onto Discord, because then the conversation can be before, during, and can continue after Codegarden.
Doesn't just get shut down when the event's finished. It's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
That's a good move. Also, if you mentioned the Discord, I did remember there was one announcement this week about no longer maintenance of Umbraco Cloud status on Twitter, X,
just Twitter in general, I think,
or general Twitter. Everything else is going to move to Discord updates, and of course the status pages. Right? That was something what I just remembered. Was it all, Callum, about all the Twitter accounts or just the status account?
It 1 second.
That would be
might be spreading rumors.
Yeah, because I know that I was just asked about Codegarden Twitter, so we will have it until after Codegarden, and then we will shut that down. But they're looking into Blue. What's it called again?
Blue Sky. It's Blue Sky is good. There's a reasonable community there, and it's Twitter without all of the rubbish. So. The announcement read, we've decided to move away from X/Twitter and therefore close down our profiles, along with it, the Umbraco Cloud status profile. So that implies every Umbraco Twitter-owned account, every Umbraco-owned Twitter account is going to be going at some point. So Blue Sky sounds like the place to go. That's cool.
I think that's migration.
That's a new movement, and I renewed my Discord account because I was informed that it will be deleted if I won't log in. So I did refresh that, and probably I will start using it, especially closer to Codegarden, because I still want to play basketball with some people there, and I will probably find them there. Awesome. So secure the tickets. That's the call to action, and spread rumors, and then be there. That's that.
If you hear more rumors, Slack me, please.
We'll do some brainstorming session.
The Neil's lookalikes thing happen now. That would actually be really amusing.
Yeah.
Be insane.
I
wonder what he would think about that, though. And then no, that's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, but also fun.
On the scale of weirdness, somewhere in the middle, right? Yeah. And the rumors can be born on various occasions before the event, and that's also what I wanted to mention before we will jump off. There's plenty of meetups happening in various locations. There's of course bigger London meetups and other communities meetups, but Copenhagen meetup group has 37 attendees, for example, for the upcoming meetup that is happening really next week. Then there are some May events prior to Codegarden. So be sure to check out what is happening on the Umbraco's meetups and be there. Try to find or introduce some new rumors for Codegarden, not only, and then exchange them and share with various other community members. And last but not least, I wanted to share a couple of the packages that were released this month. Of course, there's a recent marketplace packages for those who might not know and hear about it in the reference to what has been said today. But there's a lot of interesting work released, including some of the packages like Rollback Previewer that is looking awesome. I must say that I was instead of this kind of view that we all avoided probably, or a lot of people try to use it and try to make it effective, but if the changes are big, they are not that helpful. And then having this, for example, instead of that makes it all amazing. So I know that Mike and Richard and were looking for some testers and feedback about the package. So be sure to check it out and share this with them. The next one that I was looking at was UDUF. From Mario Lopez, and I don't know if it's still. I didn't know that it's still a thing, because I thought that UDUFs were either abandoned or not migrated yet.
This is front-end tours for your website. So it's a way of building out tours to guide someone around, say, a page on your website and show them, click here to log in type thing, rather than the CMS specifically.
Okay, so that was the intent. Yeah, exactly. Because the tours functionality from back office was
gone. It's gone, I think.
So I still think a lot of websites needs tours. So that's exciting, and that's the full starter kit on helping to build them out, maybe also for back office at some point if needed. And yeah, then there was a couple more. We talked about content log last time and some other ones that were interesting. So yeah, be sure to look at.
Everyone's building AI integrations. I know that this was probably last month. We've got the Plex release an AI integration. We've got a MCP server for Umbraco, which is cool. Yeah, loads of AI stuff.
Yeah. Too much sometimes. And last link that will be included in the description is UProfile from this month. So as usual, the new silhouette and the profile was highlighted, and Israq this month was introduced and as a speaker and community member who was very active in the recent times. There's a lot of involvements and activities from the community, starting from Codegarden as well, and various other events from the time in the recent past. So congrats on being introduced as Umbraco UProfile, and we'll definitely follow up for more upcoming announcement. And that was all from my list of activities. Probably we missed a lot, hopefully not too much, but yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on everything what will be popping out right now, because May is the last month before Codegarden, and of course in June we'll be then highlighting all the amazing stuff and all the announcements, all the other things that were gathered together. So yeah, that was it. Anything else, guys, that you want to add?
Don't think so. Get your Codegarden tickets.
Get your Codegarden. No. Link here. Click here. Can we do that?
And of course, like, subscribe, and if not, we'll find you at Codegarden. Again, look for 15 more subscribers.
Going to Codegarden with less subscribers than we left Codegarden with last year, Marcin. So if people could help fix that, that would be great. We're still on our mission to hit 1,000 again.
Again.
But that's amazing. You know, every year we can hit 1,000 subscribers. That's the same excitement.
Oh my God, I still need to subscribe. Boom! I just subscribed.
Well done, Steffie. Well done.
Thank you very much. Help us reaching out this milestone, and then we'll be back next month asking for the same. Steffie, thank you very much for joining us. Then we finally made it, and keeping fingers crossed for everything to make as smooth as possible.
Good weather.
Good turnout. Everything according to the plan, as much as close to the plan.
All the ingredients are there, so it's just about cooking it up now. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's gonna be fun.
And yeah, be sure to reach out in case of any information, rumors, or things to be shared. We will do our best to bring the best into the event, and looking forward to this as usual every year. And
you can always reach me and the team at events@umbraco.tk.
Very good.
Awesome. So yeah, have a lovely rest of the day and the weekend ahead of you, and speak to you next month. Oh, that's the live audience.
Emma's taken some time out from bullying me in the chat, so that's good.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Have a lovely rest of the day.